Okay, I just stumbled upon this library called Fenster, and it's all about making a 2D canvas for graphics. Have you seen it?
Wait, what? A minimalistic graphics library? That sounds pretty interesting. How does it stand out from other options?
Right, it's meant to be super lightweight, using just a single C99 header around 300 lines. That's practically nothing.
That's surprising. But then, what's the trade-off? Sometimes these minimal libraries sacrifice functionality for simplicity.
Great point. It does prioritize basic features like 24-bit RGB frame buffer and cross-platform support, but it handles all window events automatically.
So they automate system events like opening and closing windows. That's a thoughtful touch for developers.
Exactly, and it simplifies input handling too, covering keyboard and mouse events across platforms without needing multi-threading.
Oh wow, that makes it really user-friendly. But is it flexible enough for more complex graphics?
Well, it gives you a polling API for your main drawing loop, which is efficient, but maybe limiting for more advanced tasks.
Sounds like it's designed for simpler applications. But can you really do much with just a few lines of code?
You'd be surprised. For instance, there's even an example of rendering white noise in less than 100 lines.
That's ridiculous. I can see how that could be interesting for learning graphics programming basics.
Totally, plus it even allows you to run classic games like Doom. That's a fun bonus.
No way. Now that's going to make a lot of people curious. But it does feel like a nostalgic throwback.
Definitely, it's reminiscent of the old-school BGI and QBASIC graphics days. Very appealing.
But let's be real. How does it stack up against more robust libraries like SDL or SFML?
That's where the balance comes in. Fenster is lightweight but lacks some advanced features those libraries offer.
So it's perhaps not meant for professional-grade game development, right? More like a playground for learning.
Exactly, but it's fun and approachable for beginners. The simplicity can spark creativity without overwhelming.
That's a solid takeaway. Sometimes less is indeed more, especially for those starting out in graphics programming.
And the design encourages experimentation. It's like providing a blank canvas and letting you create your own visuals.
Speaking of visuals, how does it handle colors? Is changing pixel colors straightforward?
Super easy, you just set the pixel with a color value in hex format. Really intuitive.
Nice, that's important. It makes it less daunting for newcomers who might hesitate to dive in.
Exactly, and it even has bindings for other languages like Go, Zig, and Lua, broadening its accessibility.
Oh cool, that gives it more reach, especially appealing to developers in different environments.
Right, it feels like Fenster embraces inclusivity in programming, letting more people play around with graphics.
I appreciate that, but I wonder about the community support. Not having a vibrant community can limit a library's success.
That's totally valid. A smaller library might not have the same resources. Feedback and improvements depend on user engagement.
Exactly, and I worry about long-term viability. If the maintainers lose interest or the community fades, what then?
True, the risk is always there, but as long as it keeps being used and shared, it can hold its ground.
I'd like to think so, but let's dig deeper. What makes it attractive enough for someone to choose Fenster over something more robust?
For starters, it's straightforwardness. Sometimes when you're just trying to test ideas, having less overhead means quicker iterations.
Good point. It could encourage more exploration instead of getting lost in the complexities of bigger frameworks.
Exactly, it's about creating a relaxed environment for creativity, and those nostalgic vibes can't hurt.
Speaking of nostalgia, it also reminds me of how coding used to feel like pure fun without all the extra pressure.
Right, it's refreshing. Sometimes a library like this lets us reconnect with the core of programming.
Exactly. So as we wrap up our thoughts on Fenster, it really seems to balance simplicity and nostalgia beautifully.
I agree, it's the perfect tool for those wanting to explore graphics without diving into the deep end.
I can see how it would spark a lot of creativity, but it'll be interesting to watch how it evolves.
Absolutely, and it leaves us with this question: how important is simplicity in a world that craves complexity?
That's a thought-provoking ending. Simplicity may be the gateway to more innovation, right?
Exactly, and who knows? Maybe something simple could lead to the next big leap in graphics programming.